Anxiety and depression are two mental health issues that are common among adults, but that's certainly not the only population dealing with these challenges. More and more teens are experiencing them as well. So what's the difference between the two, and what symptoms should parents be aware of? I spoke with holistic child psychologist Dr. Nicole Berkins for some insight.
Anxiety and depression are two of the most common mental health issues that people face, including teens. And over the last year, especially, teens have been reporting a significant increase across the board in symptoms associated with anxiety and depression. So it's important that parents and other adults understand what are the symptoms to look out for and when to seek help. So let's talk about anxiety first. Anxiety is a very common emotion. It's something that we experience in relation to lots of different situations, and it can be very normal, whether it's anxiety before a big presentation at school, or maybe some feelings of worry about what other kids think about them. This is a typical emotion that teens experience. However, when they start to experience the symptoms of anxiety at a pretty intense level in situations that we wouldn't expect them to experience anxiety, then that becomes concerning.
So, Dr. Berkins, what are symptoms that we should be aware of?
So, symptoms can include things like rapid heart rate or heart palpitations, flushing, feeling warm, having a sense of dread, or I can't escape this, I need to get out of here. Can be physical complaints of not being able to sleep, maybe headaches, stomach aches, those kinds of things, or just generally expressing a lot of anxiety and worry about things that they wouldn't typically worry about. Those are times that we want to look at what's going on there and seek some help for them. In the realm of depression, we're talking about low mood and loss of interest in things that once were enjoyable. Again, depressed mood can be typical in certain kinds of situations in life, but if it's going on for an extended period of time and significantly impacting your teen's ability to function, maybe they're not getting out of bed, they're not engaging in normal life activities like school things, they're having a lot of irritability, a lot of fatigue, a lot of complaints of physical symptoms, then we want to seek out help for them. It's important to know that these symptoms are treatable and manageable with the right supports in place. So anytime you have a concern about anxiety or depression symptoms with your child, talk to their healthcare provider as an important starting point.